Oh my gosh. Teofimo Lopez fight with Kambosos. This is just becoming too much. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Before I get started, throw a like on the video. Goes a long way when you guys put a like on the video, help others find the video. Somehow, some way you found the video, so others may be looking for the same content in boxing. This is your one-stop shop, Boxing Ego. So put a like on the video, share, comment. Let's go. Teofimo is now throwing Triller under the bus ahead of hopefully his fight. He has huge drop in momentum since beating Lomachenko last year, and now it's MIA. We don't know what he's doing. We don't know. There's just been a lot of chaos and confusion regarding his fight, and frankly, it's sad. You don't really want to see this for a young fighter his age. You should be in the prime years of your career. Mike Tyson, when he was young, I think the first year he turned pro, he fought like 19 times. But to see other guys and their careers stagnated, it's a sad sight to see. Teofimo was a special guest on the Showtime podcast called The Morning Combat, and we're going to listen into what was said, and he really throws Triller under the bus and almost makes them sound clueless. And now it sounds like he's possibly regretting acting how he did when he says he was the A-lister, and we're going to get into some of the other things he said. But for now, I'll just play the clip. Roll the clip.
But it's the rescheduling like you're talking about. It's the on and on. Is it true that from what I've read online reports that your team is standing firm? It has to be October 4th or nothing?
Yes, we're standing firm on it. You know, I feel like this is too many times that they've changed the date. This is something that I've never experienced in my career of boxing. You know, I've always dealt with ESPN and the people from Top Rank. And, you know, this is something that is just...
So right off rip, there's a couple concerns. So he just said that they keep changing the date, but one of the times they said he had Rona. So who changed the date? If you're saying you're making it sound like they keep changing the date. What about when you had the Rona? Then that was supposed to be your fault, or did you not have the Rona? Now, there were conflicting reports. I made videos about this, and some reports were saying he was so ill and bedridden in Las Vegas. Other reports said he was in Italy. So that's just something to listen to from Teofimo. A lot of people didn't really believe this story and felt there was more to it. People like Tank Davis, Gervonta Davis, Mayweather Promotion, Leonard Ellerbe, they went on record saying that Teo wasn't selling tickets. It wasn't really nothing to do with no Rona. And now he's saying they just keep changing the dates. So it makes you wonder, I guess, did Triller change the date and they weren't really truly selling tickets, as Mayweather Promotions fighter and promoter said? Or did he really have the Rona? Either way, this is a terrible look. And now he's trying to throw Triller on the bus. If you listen again, he says, I'm used to ESPN and Top Rank and how they run business. But you were beefing with Top Rank, which we'll get into more of it, and you said you declare war on Top Rank and ESPN. Oh, man, this is looking bad.
But it's the rescheduling like you're talking about. It's the on and on. Is it true that from what I've read online reports that your team is standing firm? It has to be October 4th or nothing?
Yes, we're standing firm on it. You know, I feel like this is too many times that they've changed the date. This is something that I've never experienced in my career of boxing. You know, I've always dealt with ESPN and the people from Top Rank. And, you know, this is something that is just, you know, I understand that Triller is new into this platform, but this is not the way to do certain things, especially with an athlete like myself who's undisputed. And a lot of people just miss me in the sport, man. They miss seeing Teofimo back in the ring. So, you know, my whole thing is just, you know, staying focused. I've been in the gym, you know, staying ready always. And, you know, I feel great.
Teofimo, from your vantage point, what exactly is causing the changes? I mean, I understand what the reasons are, like it conflicts with this sports game or another reason, but typically the promoter would sort of hammer that out up front. Like, from your vantage point, why does Triller keep running into these issues?
To be honest, I could only, there's certain things that sometimes I have on my mind. However, I try to steer away from the negativity of that. I think it's honestly just something that they're trying to find a way out, you know?
A way out of what?
And for whatever reason, that's on them. You know, my whole thing is I'm an athlete that brings a lot of entertainment into the sport, you know, so, and that's why they had brought me into their platform. The whole thing now is just trying to figure out these things. October 4th, Madison Square Garden is where we're staying at, and if this is something that they try to forfeit, then we have the people of DAZN and ESPN to come back on board, so I'm not worried about it. You guys will see me fight this year. My goal is to fight twice this year before my son is born, and, just move on from there.
This was horrible. So, first of all, he said his goal is to fight 2 more times. Impossible. It's impossible. We don't even know if you're, like, y'all not going to insult my intelligence. We don't even know if you're fighting October 4th or the 16th. We don't even know if that fight's happening. We don't know if it's going to be on this date. We don't know tickets. And he's talking about fighting 2 times. So you can pretty much chalk that up as a L. You're not fighting 2 times. How are you going to fight 2 times if it's the end of September, about to be October, and we don't even know if you're fighting in October, and they're saying you're fighting in October, and you just said that you believe they're trying to bail out and forfeit potentially, leaving ESPN and Eddie Hearn and DAZN, a rematch room, back into the equation. I mean, this is just a mess, and I made videos about it. You guys didn't believe it then, but maybe you believe it now. It's looking bad for Teofimo Lopez. The other thing is Teofimo told the whole world that he was the A side over Gervonta Davis. I told you then, what I'm telling you now, there's no way that was true. Good fighter, great fighter, good win for Lomachenko, but that's not how the A side is elected. And with your business looking this sloppy, now you're going against Triller, and you said it was Triller this and wearing Triller shirts and used to Takeover and the Triller Takeover. You were all happy and everybody was up in arms and celebrating like, oh, T.O. got the big money. He said he's only doing $5 million minimums. And then now look at you. You said you declare war with Top Rank and ESPN and you're going to go where the money's at because you're a pay-per-view fighter. And now we don't even know when you're fighting. You're talking about fighting 2 times. It's not realistic. But you heard what he said now. I'll put the link in the description for the show he was on, Mortal Kombat. Shout out to the questions. And let's look at what Teofimo was previously saying earlier this year, a few months ago. So it doesn't look like the relationship has progressed. It looks like it's went from sugar to ish, and things got worse. You've had 5 switches at least on the dates. You bailed because of Mayweather, Logan Paul. And let's listen in to what Teofimo, let's take a peek at what he was saying earlier in the year when he was all geeked up saying that it was the takeover and takeover season. Yeah, that's a good idea. Let's take a look at some of them tweets. So after the enormous bid, he says, the reporter says, whoa, Triller bid $6.1 million on Teofimo Kambosos. Can't imagine anyone coming close to topping that. And Teofimo responded on February 25th, this ish is for everybody on my testicle. Please make sure you put the rest in your mouth. HO, hashtag the takeover. Still no fight to this day. So as you see right here, Teofimo, and you got to pay attention to the details. 9:11 a.m., February 25th of this year. $6 million from Triller. Goodbye, world. Hashtag Lopez Kambosos. Fast forward to the future, it is September 28th. This was February 25th, and the fight still hasn't, we don't know when is it. Is it October 4th? Are they pushing it to the 16th? Are tickets on sale? Is it getting forfeited altogether? Teofimo just said in the clip that he doesn't know if they're going to continue the fight, but he thinks they want a way out. Man, it's a bad look. Next, Teofimo says, hashtag Triller Takeover. So his moniker and adage is Takeover, the Takeover. He has his picture in front of, at the Triller offices, all his belts, got them all sprawled out. And he says, the Triller Takeover, Triller. And they posted a picture, he was reposting it, and he tagged Ryan Cavagna. Now he's talking about, oh, I've always worked with ESPN for my whole career, so I don't know what these guys are doing. I have some thoughts, but, you know, I'm trying to stay positive. Wow. But March 4th, it was all about Triller, and Triller this, and he has a Triller t-shirt on, and he was seemingly beefing with ESPN and Top Rank, or at least Top Rank. And he was going in on Todd DeBuff or the different people and saying that he's going to get paid his worth, yada, yada, yada. Then he said, shout out to the networks, and he put the smiling face. It was all smiles. This is late February again, and he tagged Triller. So he said, hashtag the takeover. He still hasn't fought to this point. Put him in front of me, and I'll beat him 100. June 19th. Fast forward to the future, he still hasn't fought. And ironically enough, one of his hashtags that I've illustrated for you with this arrow, it says stop for nothing, which is the actual opposite of what's happened with his career. He's saying hashtag stop for nothing, but you just stopped for everything, and his fight has been moved 5 different times in a row, and we still don't have full clarity, as you guys heard in that interview, as to when he's fighting, if he's fighting, and when fans can see him back. So instead of hashtag stop for nothing, you should have put stop for everything, because he did stop for everything, and we still don't know when he's fighting. He said, on film with amazing director and crew, filming my trailer for my epic fight on Triller. Still don't know what's going on. June 19th, 2021, Miami, Florida, Marlins. Then now it's supposed to happen in his second home. He was born in Florida, and he relocated to New York, claims New York, and they thought he was such a massive star, they were going to sell Miami, and Miami's not even like a fight town. You got to have a really illustrious, lucrative, luxurious type of event, because there's always so much to do. And he's tagging the Marlins. As we now know, they're not even talking about putting that fight in Florida. That whole concept has been deaded, and now they're talking about pairing it with the versus battle. So everything I've previously reported looks to be true. He says self-dependent or self-disciplined abundance of success, the takeover, Teofimo Kambosos. See, March 10th, he was levitating at Triller, and he was dancing, having a good, jolly old time. Still no fight several months later. And he says, dream big, work hard, stay focused, and surround yourself with good people, Oscar De La Hoya and AC Slater and Triller. Now he's trying to throw Triller under the bus, saying, hey, I don't know what they're doing. They're a new company. I'm trying to stay positive. If they forfeit, which I think they want to forfeit, then either DAZN or Rematch Room or ESPN can pick up the fight. Wow, what a bad spot to be in. And before I finish, I have to admit that this is funny. June 19th, look who he tagged. Marlins, Triller, and at J-Lo. We got J-Lo. So is J-Lo still going to be there in October, allegedly, if this fight is happening still in New York? Because that's what they kept promoting when the fight was supposed to take place in Florida. So I think that's the $1 million question. Do you still have J-Lo? So as you guys can see, this is just horrible. It looks horrible. Teofimo, he's training. He looks like he's in shape. And he's trying to give this aura of like he's in good spirits and everything's great, but it's not great, because you are all rah, rah, rah for Triller, and now look how it looks. You keep blaming. The whole thing is FUBAR. The whole thing is FUBAR. It like makes fans not even want to watch the fight, because I have not seen, I'm being dead serious. He said he's the A side, and he's trying to do all these smiling pictures and stuff, let people know he's good. But this is embarrassing. This is embarrassing based on what he said. He said that he's the A side over Tank, and he the $1 million man and all this stuff because he beat Lomachenko. And look at how his business is being ran. He went against ESPN, and I told you all these things in real time. He went in against ESPN and seemingly looked okay. Like, I was like, I doubt they pay that much. I literally did videos and I said, I doubt they pay too much money for the Teofimo fight, to the point where he's going to get $5 million. I said, I don't see that happening. $5 million minimum. And then he got a crazy whopping purse, but now we find out that it seems like cap. He says Teofimo, he says out of his own mouth, he doesn't think Triller wants to keep going with the fight. So you went to war with your own promotion. You went to your network. You were at the Valdez fight, I think, and they were interviewing you. And it looked bad because they had to talk about an ESPN fighter that they've built up and kind of made a champion on that platform. And then because you and your dad were like, we got J-Lo and we the A side and these things, and we going where the money's at. You did all this stuff, and now your career has been stagnated. It's like when one of those chicks, they want to go get the ass shots, and they don't want to pay top dollar for it, so they end up going to the DR or Mexico or somewhere, and they don't get it from somebody certified, and then they have all these complications when they get back. So that's what this whole experience has been so botched. That's what it reminds me of like a botched surgery. You try to cut corners, and you went and got this crazy procedure done in DR or something for the low, and then you came back, and now your butt looking like Arsenio Hall in The Living Color. You know what I'm saying? You got the Arsenio from A Living Color butt, and it just looked whopped and crazy. That's what this fight looks like. It looks like a botched surgery, you know? And the Evander Holyfield fight was horrible. You know, that was met with a lot of criticism. And it just, what Teo said previously to now, it really can't be qualified or justified. And that's the truth. If you like the content, subscribe. I drop heat like this daily. Peace. Do you want more content? Make sure you follow my socials on Twitter @BoxingEgo and Instagram @BoxingEgo1. Yeah. Are you tired of your YouTube videos not getting any views? Well, consider TubeBuddy. I've used TubeBuddy for years to scale up my YouTube channel. Now we're sitting over 200,000 subscribers. TubeBuddy is a browser extension that offers a ton of built-in productivity and time-saving services to take your channel to the next level. Use my link in the description to get started with TubeBuddy and level up your channel faster.